I'm supposed to be a beast fighter today, but you know, listen, forever working. Jokers had late schedules. You know what? I'm up to do it. Adderall done kicked in. Let me interview my man Neth. My man Neth is getting off work. You know what I mean, so I'm gonna interview him. Like I said, a lot of you guys may already know him from being on the show with me. Um, um, some of you may not know. So you know, because there are a lot of people on the show sometime. So this is gonna be all about Neth right now. Let him shine. Tell you a little bit about himself. What makes him an Xbox fan? Is he an Xbox fan still? Has he given up hope? You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about a few things. As you guys come in, you'd be so kind, like I said, is to hit the like button. As always, we're gonna have a very entertaining show. I'm gonna put his ass on the hot seat. We're gonna get to the bottom of this shit, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Let me see. Hold up. 1 second. Let me see. Uh, 1 second. There we go. Yeah. So what's going on with you now? Everything copacetic?
Yeah, just I've been working a whole bunch. Like, I want to make videos, but I'm just too damn busy.
Yeah. Okay. You want to been too busy? Are you into basketball at all? Or are you just more into like soccer?
Let's be real. I'm Indian. I'm not into sports at all. Let's just be real here.
You're not into sports, alright. Fuck, it is what it is. No FIFA, no nothing, huh? I ain't true.
Nah.
Alright, you got it, my man. So I'll leave you alone about the sports. Here we go. Edit. So anyway, you normally, like I say, you come on. For those, some of you guys may know you were coming on BGST with me. Some of them may not. But I want to ask you a question. Like I said, as you guys come in, I actually know what. Before we get to into the show, like I always like to shout everybody out before we get started. Give me 1 second. Put this here. All right, got some tags. All right, save that. Now I'm gonna go real the page. Now, okay, hold on. Tweet it out and like it my damn self. Mute myself in the back. Hit the like button. And put this on Twitter. All right. But before we get started, I'd like to shout everybody out in the chat. It says Z is my low key favorite Xbox favorite pony. Both, right? It's hard being both, man. But nah, it's about at the end of the day. Make Z great again. At the end of the day, it's always about the games. You know what I mean? I was on Sony ass at the start of the generation. I told jokers that when they ain't had no games, I was pause. I was on riding them kind of heavy. And it's about the games and what we've been going through with Microsoft. Let me get your opinion about this. We're gonna talk. And it's inexcusable. They didn't have the money, and like when jokers sound crazy as hell it's about Microsoft ain't having the money, but then they go around and brag about Microsoft money. That's what said we got to get the biggest knife in the drawer. We got to cut the bullshit out. But anyway, Neth, there's been no secret. It's been a rough 2.5 years to be an Xbox guy. This whole generation's been rough. Let's be real. This whole generation's been rough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we call it for what, you know what I mean? Whether it's the resolution war, 900p to 1080p, the Kinect. This is how we trade our games. It's like Sony went out there and assaulted and accosted Microsoft this generation. And kudos to them as they should. It's business, you know what I mean? And then after the beating that they've taken for the first 3 years or so, 2.5, 3 years, Microsoft turns into this, how should I say? I call it the battered wife syndrome. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Very apologetic. Fails not a fan of the console war. Just so much shit. Just rubbed me the wrong way. But how is it you being, like I said, being your primary? I don't put any words in your mouth. You're primary Xbox guy, right?
Yep.
So what made you an Xbox fan?
Well, what made me an Xbox fan was, honestly, like you see on the screen, I'm a Spartan. I love the Halo franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I remember back when I was like a kid, and the Wii came out, and as you know, the Wii was like a hot craze. Like everyone was getting the fucking Wii and everything, and you know what? I was dumb enough to get it too. But after I had my Wii and didn't use it like 2 months after I bought it, I'm like, man, I really should have bought an Xbox 360.
Wait.
That was the console.
Wait. Hold on, folks. Nothing. No, listen here. You have my number, right? You have my personal cell phone number. You ain't about to tell me that you bought a motherfucking Wii before you bought the 360. You ain't saying this shit.
To be fair,
Nah. Hold up, bro. Hold up, bro.
Hold on, I got a story.
Nah, wait. Hold on, Neth. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hit the like button. Shit about to go left. Shit about to go left. Now listen here. Now, Neth, I don't know your sexual orientation. I don't know what you're into. Chicks with dicks, whatever. Hold the motherfucking phone. Neth, how old are you, Neth?
I am 21.
Oh, you that young, Neth? God damn, all right, I'll give you a pass. I give you a pass. I'll give you a pass. All right, I'm sorry. Tell your story. Tell your story. I'm sorry.
So, to explain why I had a Wii before a 360, that's easily explained. Basically, when I was a kid and the 360 first came out, you know, my parents were going to go buy me that console. Parents, and news shock to any of you who don't know, I'm 100% Indian, as in I was born in India. I'm not a Native American. I'm a legit Indian. So when my parents, or rather my father, went to buy an Xbox 360, he went up to the guy at Walmart or whatever and said, "Give me an Xbox." And they're like, "Well, 360 or an Xbox, sir?" And he's like, "Xbox." And he saw the cheaper price tag. So I ended up with the OG Xbox when the 360 just came out.
Damn.
That was my story with that.
Damn, I could tell you about that motherfucker in the back of 7-Eleven. God damn. Do tell. Finish telling this. This is a horrific story, man. This shit is wild.
After I had the OG Xbox, you know, I'm not really a spoiled kid, so I was honestly happy just to even have that console. I was like, shit, I could play Star Wars Battlefront 2. This is back when even the PS2 was still relevant, because the 360 didn't really jump off the rails until, let's say, 2007 when Halo 3 launched. So I was content with the OG Xbox, and then, you know, shit got rough, but I'm not really going to go into that. But even when I had that, the Wii just finally came out.
Hey, no, wait, hold on. No, listen now. You can't tease us. Things got rough before you in your childhood, when you bullied, or talking about financially at home. What do you mean things got rough? Like, what happened? You went, you were switching between religions? Like, what's going on here, man? You can't hit them living with these humdingers now. Now, I don't even think nothing that's going to incriminate anyone on the air. But what do you mean? Like, you know, during your childhood, stuff was rough? Munchausen's system, you were Stockholm system, was being beat on, talking, nigga, do tell. What happened?
Okay, well, so you guys know, as I said, I'm Indian. So the reason why things got rough was because my family didn't come to the U.S. with their own money or anything.
Gotcha.
We were more or less sponsored into the U.S.
What does that mean? What does it mean to be sponsored?
Basically, what happened was my dad had a very deadbeat job. Like, he wasn't really supporting the family all that well. And because of that, my grandfather went and contacted people in America, and they basically got us visas and shit, or rather a green card, to come over to America so they can work under them. So my dad could get some more money and provide for my mother better and the family.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I got to America, you know, we weren't in the best, you know, state financially.
I got you. But
yeah, you worked in like perfume shops and shit. It was all over the place.
Yeah, but hit the job, you hit the ground running, see if there's cash up. I get it.
Yeah.
I got it. Now you have
straight you know, American life story. And, you know, throughout my whole life, we've always been financially struggling. But it is what it is. I'm sure people here in the audience can understand what it's like to
yes,
struggle.
that's everywhere. Shit, man. I want motherfuckers to think I'm rich. I'm fucked up, man. Emotionally, socially, physically. Hey, but it is what it is, though. But, you know, you get, well, okay, all right, so I'm not going to poke around that too much. Okay, it sounds like you still hurt behind that. Pop's working in the perfume shop. It's all right. You can still smell the fragrance and stuff. I got it, fuck nigga. So, all right, so you got the Xbox. What's the best thing? Was the Xbox, because I don't remember, because when in 05, when the 360 dropped, you know what? It was still online. It was. I remember my friends had this funny. They had this funny little check next to their name. If you know, you can tell who had the 360 and who had the original Xbox. And I said, I'm gonna give my friends a year. If they don't get this 360, I'm gonna start deleting motherfuckers. And you know, back then, yeah, I'm just brutal like that, man. It's shit. If you was friends with me back then, I was real. You think I used to be bragging and talking shit on YouTube when I first came here? I used to be up there cutting up. That's it. I'm gonna give them jokers a year to get a 360. And believe it or not, the 360 was hard to find for a while. It was hard. You can just walk into the store and buy one. Believe it or not, for a while. You know, just like a few months later. But so anyway, like all right. You said things got rough. You had the original Xbox. What you said, you had Star Wars Battlefront 2. Yeah,
Star Wars Battlefront 2. I actually stumbled onto Halo accidentally. Like, I remember that was back when I used to fucking rent games, believe it or not. And I remember picking up Halo 2, and I'm looking in the back of the case and see like Master Chief shooting a grunt. I was like, oh, maybe there's like a rated T game. Then I put that motherfucker in, and I use the word motherfucker on purpose because as soon as you go up and down and look all around with Master Chief, you see Sergeant Johnson, and this man starts fucking swearing off, like saying motherfucker and everything. I'm like, well, hold on here. So I eject the disc out of my game, and then I realized, holding Halo 2, the shit is rated M. And I'm like, shit.
You were scared?
But I wasn't gonna put that shit away, so I kept playing. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the hell rated T and all that meant.
Okay. So
that's actually how I stumbled onto Halo, believe it or not. It was a complete accident.
All right, so were you playing online, or what was going
on? No, I had no idea how to do any of that shit because at the time I was probably like 8 years old or something, maybe 9.
Oh, damn, Neth, you was that young? Jesus Christ.
I was 8. No, I was probably about 8 years old. Yeah. So I didn't even know what the hell online or anything was. I just kept playing the campaign through and through. I beat Halo 2 probably near 30 times in total to this day.
Oh, Jesus. So
yeah, Halo 2 is easily my favorite video game, I think.
You know what? Well, this is for those of you that know I'm question too. I never got the Halo bite bug. I got the first one. You know, that was most recommended with the Xbox, and I always told the story how I got an Xbox. If you don't know, you call them a base head, hype head, dope head, whatever came through the hood. What a credit card, who credit card it was, I don't care. That's how I got my Xbox. Went to Toys R Us, gave him a few bags. You know what I mean? What he wanted, and let me get what I wanted with the credit card. I got an Xbox. I already had the PlayStation 2. I already had the Dreamcast. I said, like, what the hell is this? I mean, what the hell is this Xbox? I didn't even know Microsoft was making a console. And I got like 4 games. I got Reckless. I got DOA. I might have got Tony Hawk and maybe Max Payne again or something like that. I got what Toys R Us had, but once I found again that I could save my music, actually CDs, onto the console itself. And I was done. I was like, oh, it's just rapping. Then Xbox Live came out the following year. You know what I mean? But so okay. So this is what year? You're gonna say what? 2006, 2000. What year did you get the 360?
My 360, believe it or not, I got in 2010.
Damn, so
I got that shit late. 2010 is when I got an Xbox 360. And you want to know what the first game I bought for that shit was?
What?
Halo 3.
Oh, man. So, Jesus. Yeah. 2010. 2010.
2010, and the first game I bought was Halo 3.
So, here's the thing. So, did you at least have a high-definition television or no?
Yeah, I had a high-definition television. That was 1080p, I think.
Okay, so those graphics blew your mind when you got it?
I guess so. I mean, I've been playing Halo 3 for a while, like friends' house and stuff, so I was already used to it anyways.
Okay. All right, you got it. Okay, so talk to me. Halo 3. So, were you online then?
Yes, I was finally online when I got Halo 3, and my God, I probably put in like near 15, maybe 20 days into that damn title. And yeah, that's when I got Halo 3 and all that, and was introduced to Xbox Live. Shit was over. I was an Xbox fanboy right then and there. I knew I couldn't go over to like the PS3 and shit because they just didn't have Halo. And I also was interested in Gears of War, and they didn't have Gears of War. So that cemented me to be an Xbox fanboy. Yeah. Okay. Surprise, guys. Halo and Gears.
It makes Z again. Okay. All right. So, okay, now you got the, what do you call it? The Xbox One. Were you there day and date, 2013 or no?
No, has a more financial issues, but basically I got it in March. It's when Titanfall 1 had launched.
Oh, okay, but you got it around launch though.
Yeah, I had the fat one with the Kinect.
Okay, you got it around launch. Okay, all right. So, Xbox One blew your mind still? Still, you didn't lose your faith?
No, I mean I was using that Kinect like no other. Man, I was Xbox with that Xbox. I was a fanboy.
Xbox on.
Right? I was doing all that shit.
Hey, y'all see what Tim Weirdo ass said? Shout out to my brother Tim Dog, man. That game attack was Project Natal. I don't think nobody be the biggest fanboy as Tim, boy. His game attack was Project Natal. God damn, dog. All right, well, okay. So Xbox One. I mean, so here's the question. Let's speak this shit up. We gonna get the biggest knife. We gonna cut the bullshit out here, right? Make them the hard questions. Yeah. At what point or during what time do you think things start to look a little spooky?
Yeah, I think that's easily answered. 2017, when about halfway through, I realized we only have Halo Wars 2, and shit's getting delayed, and it's just not looking very good because I'm not even looking forward to an exclusive. I'm only looking at multiplats, and I'm like, things are getting a little dry over here. But at this time, I was introduced to you, the BGST crew, the Crab Gamer, and they were damage controlling their life out. So I'm like, things are going to be okay. 2018,
Wait, hold on.
it's going to be better.
Wait, hold on. Let me unplug my headphones. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh shit. Here I come. All right. Shit. Hello?
Hello.
Okay. So you said crapping them was damage controlling their ass off, right?
Yep.
All right.
I mean, they were damage controlling saying 2017. Yeah, it might be a bad year, but 2018 on, it's going to be amazing to be an Xbox gamer. We'll have the Project Scorpio and everything. And, I was still on the Xbox bandwagon. In fact, I even met you, and that's around the time we met was 2017. Summertime, I believe, is when I started hopping on these shows. And I remember I was, all about that Project Scorpio. That was going to be the savior for Xbox. I knew once we had the Scorpio, everything will be all right. But then if we fast forward to our last holiday 2017, we realize shit's still messed up, isn't it, Zaire?
Yeah, shit is definitely, how you say, kind of spooky. You know what I mean? Well, how did I meet you? I met you in Meet Streaming, right? And I was
you were streaming Marvel vs. Capcom 2, like the remastered.
You hopped in?
Or no, it was 3. It was 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I remember I just joined your party randomly because you were just inviting anybody. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
And I just hung out for a while.
Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Some of you got a joke. I'm gonna tell y'all fuck niggas up in the Discord. Right now I'm trying to conduct some business. 6ix9ine, you ain't got no job. Neverland X, your grandfather still watching you up, motherfucker, fuck nigga. I'm gonna get y'all jokers in the Discord. But anyway, check it out, right? So, met you on Mixer, right? And streaming. What we were doing, probably what you said, Marvel vs. Capcom. And I remember you. Listen to me, bro. You were the biggest mooching crap fanboy in the world.
I was.
There's nothing wrong with them. They're my dudes, man. Shout out to them, right? So, around that time, I don't know if I found was I tripping yet? Did I totally flip the switch, or was I started bugging?
I think you were still holding on because of the whole Project Scorpio thing, but we could see you slowly turning. I mean, like, PlayStation has a lot of games coming out. Why is Xbox struggling? And back when you said that, people with damage control saying like, Zaire, PlayStation had no games in the beginning of the generation.
Mm-hmm.
Let Xbox have 1 year off.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's becoming 2 years. And then it may become 3 years in 2019. Who knows?
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, okay. All right. Now, you have a PlayStation, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You got a PlayStation. All right. Next generation, mostly, maybe going to start 2019, 2020. Are you there day and date?
I will be there day and date, yes.
If you only had money to buy one console, right? What would that be for you? To be honest, would it still be Xbox? Or would you,
Being totally honest, and I'm looking at outside factors on this one,
mm-hmm.
I can probably only buy one knowing my situation because I ain't got all the money in the world. But because of the way things are going, things are going to start being forward compatible and all that. Like, I think me and you can agree that with the Xbox, it's called the Xbox 2, I can take all my shit right over. And same with the PlayStation.
Yeah.
But just because I was an Xbox fanboy in the beginning of the Xbox One generation, that's the consoles I have, I'm probably going to have to just choose Xbox again because that's a lot of shit I don't necessarily want to leave behind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's going to be a factor in why I brought up 2 days ago when I was debating with, Dragon Moore and Post Up.
Mm-hmm.
These 80 million, let's say 100 million PlayStation owners by the time the PS5 comes out,
mm-hmm.
it's going to be hard to convince them to get any other console because if they can take all their shit with them, this is never heard of, just all their shit with them, controllers, games, everything to the next generation, it's over. Like, I don't know what games you have to do. I don't know what policy changes you have to do, but ultimately, people are not going to leave behind potentially $1,000 or more worth of stuff to go to just a different ecosystem and a different console.
Okay.
Like
Well,
PlayStation could literally secure the next generation just off that one move alone.
here's the thing, and that we talked about. You went there yesterday on BGST, and I said that Microsoft should. You may want to get your opinion. Should cut the umbilical cord on the X or the S. You know what I mean? And we're just talking about in terms of visuals. I want to get your opinion on this, right? It's all about you today,
Yeah.
Neth. We saw Ghost of Tsushima, right? We saw The Last of Us 2, right?
Hmm.
And people were arguing, was that next generation is that got to be PlayStation 5, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why, again, Sony games look so good because there's games that are made from the ground up to take full advantage of their hardware. So rumor has it that most likely Microsoft will have the more powerful console next generation. Even Phil Kim, I like saying I have the most powerful console. It is what it is. Like I said, it was told to me few years ago that when it comes to power, Microsoft won't be outgunned again. The same person told me about the Neo and the X, same guy, right? Very, very reliable source. Now, again, with that being said, so even though Microsoft may have the more powerful hardware, right? If that is the case, rumor or whatever the case, right? Um, I think that Sony games are still going to look better graphically because again, they're going to be made for the ground up for the PlayStation 5. Now, the PlayStation 5 most 99.9% it will be backwards compatible. You know what I mean? But you're not going to be able to play the PlayStation 5 games on your PlayStation 4, where you have Microsoft with this mantra about no gamers left behind. You know what I mean? So I'll give you an example. Look at it like this, right? You look at a game like maybe this made me so you look at a game like Gears of War 5. Looks beautiful. You know I'm a huge Gears of War fan, right? Probably my favorite franchise, right? I haven't played it in a while, but that's my shit, Gears of War, right? And going from Gears of War 4 to Gears of War 5, it's a leap, right? But look at the leap from Uncharted 4 to The Last of Us 2. Look at the leap
Hmm.
from the infamous Second Son to Ghost of Tsushima. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People were thinking that's next generation. When we saw Gears of War 5, we didn't see that and say, "Oh shit, that's next generation." You know what I mean? So again, just them being able to get all the mustard on the hot dog. You know what I mean, more or less. And it's going to be the same thing next generation. If I can say, well, Microsoft's going to have to cut the umbilical cord. You know what I mean? But how do you feel about
Yeah.
that? You know what I mean? Because I see they're trying to move the goalposts. Like Botner was saying, well, they're going to win the NPDs. There's going to be more software, both for. I mean, I don't care about who makes. I don't care about Microsoft money. I hate when people get to bragging
Yeah.
and
You
talking
don't care
about.
about their wallet.
Yeah, no, because them having that wallet, what has it gotten this 2.5, 3 years? Not a goddamn thing. But how do you feel about
Exactly.
that? The both forward and backwards compatible. You know what I mean?
I agree with, going forward compatible to an extent. For example, when you brought up the Xbox, let's see what your prediction was. You said the Xbox 2 will play the best out of the Xbox family, but you're still going to be able to play all those Xbox 2 games
Mm-hmm.
on the Xbox One X, the
Mm-hmm.
thing we have in our households, and the Xbox One S, and maybe base model, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If they do that, that is a huge fucking mistake. I am 100% with you. That is a huge fucking mistake because at the end of the day, like you're bringing up on BGST, when they develop these games, they have to be in the parameters of those OG and S models that are significantly weaker than even the Xbox One X. Like, if they do that, I think that's just a shot in their foot for, first party games. And I think it's an absolute mistake. Though, if they want to go with the approach of maybe starting to phase out consoles each time they release a new one. For example, if they release the Xbox 2 Project Scarlet and they start phasing out the OG Xbox One and S, I'm cool with that. And if they want to just continue on with the X and then Project Scarlet and then phase out the X when the Xbox 3 comes out, I'm fine with a pattern like that. I think that's cool. You don't feel like you're wasting your investment into an X.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, the X is a really powerful console. If you start building games around the parameters of that, they're going to look fucking fantastic. I think me and you can agree to that.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
uh-huh.
yeah, like you said with Sony, you think Sony's going to go with a more traditional sense where when the PS5 comes out, yes, it's going to take all those games and accessories from the PS4 age, which is they have to do that or else they automatically will be in a dire situation next generation. So I don't think Sony's that dumb. But you think they might leave behind and phase out the original PS4s and the Pro. And that one I'm iffy on because I think if they phase out the Pro, you're going to get a little bit of backlash from fans who bought the Pro in 2016. And you could say, well, they had 3 to 4 years with the console, but I feel like fans would just be disappointed by that. So Sony might continue to support the PlayStation 4 Pro and phase out the Slim and base model,
But
but we'll
here's the
have to
thing.
wait and
But
see.
here's the thing. People have to understand, and about them being disgruntled. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. About them being disgruntled, right, or whatever, right? It's already be pissed off
Yeah.
and pissed on. They already got their money, right? But again, people have to
Mhm.
realize that the X or even the Pro, because even if this whole talk of next generation, people feel like, God damn, I just got this, right? Or I'm cool with
Yeah.
what I have. But those aren't new consoles. They were, you know what I mean? That's just meant to run what you already have. Your existing library a little better, a little faster. You know what I mean? A little
Mhm.
bit more detailed. That's it. You know what I mean? But again, you talking about a whole new generation. You know what I mean? And then like I said, what? How should I say this? Sony's not going to do both. You're not. Sony's not. Sony because again, they make this is their bread and butter. They want you to go out there and
Yeah.
buy PlayStation 5s, right? They want you go out there and buy PlayStation 5. Uh, um, so again, you know, God of War, whatever, 6. That's only going to be on PlayStation 5. So they give you an excuse, whatever, not an excuse, but a reason to go out and buy that console. And I was trying to explain, maybe you understand me. I was explaining to the guys on BGST yesterday. Microsoft's most successful generation was what?
The 360.
They sold more software than anything on the 360, right? But the
Yeah.
reason they had to pull the plug on that, right, is why? Because they want people to buy the Xbox One. They want all those millions of motherfuckers that are online with the 360 to come on over and purchase the Xbox One. You know what I mean? And Microsoft, again, and this is my opinion, you know, things change. You know, you know, I mean, not saying I have a magic ball or crystal ball or anything, but I would never thought I would see the day where console gamers would be arguing over resolution. But it is what it is. But we're just talking about in terms of MPDs, and I know I don't care about who wins what. I don't get any of that money, but you know, I don't see here. You have Microsoft. I'm sorry. Here you have Nintendo, right? And you have Sony kicking ass doing it the traditional way. And Microsoft, I don't know what the fuck Microsoft is out there doing. You know what I mean? Maybe they're just looking too far ahead of the curve. You know?
Yeah.
You know, games anywhere. They ain't, like the shit kind of wow, man. You know, the shit is kind of wow.
I think Microsoft tries too hard to coerce people into going a certain direction. And paying the bills here, Dirk Griggity says forward compatibility is what the developers want, and we're going to talk about that. And also, Badu Ram says y'all looking for no games left behind, all wrong. It's going to be a new box that plays the OG Xbox 360, Xbox One games like how the OG PS3 did it. And yeah, absolutely, the Xbox Scarlet will play all your older Xbox games. That I'm not tripping about that.
Mm-hmm.
But with that said, I think Microsoft, is bad at coercing people to the future. We saw what they tried doing with DRM and all that, and it completely blew up on their face. They predict these futures, and they're right. Like, let's be honest, an online world is what we're heading towards, but they try to do that shit way too fucking early. And I know Sony was about to do the same shit, but look how quickly Sony changed course because they could see this shit was way too goddamn early. And they're not afraid to do whatever you have to do to reverse it and understand the crowd because, like I told many people, Sony's biggest strength this generation is they understand the gaming community much better than their competition. They understand it better than Nintendo. They understand it better than Microsoft. Now, every decision they make is the best, but overall, gamers are more or less really happy with the PlayStation brand
Okay.
all around.
Check it out, right? I want to check on what he said. Buju Ram says, shout out to you, though. He says, y'all looking at the no gamers left behind. All wrong. New Xbox that play OG Xbox games. Now, what I took from that is no longer with your consoles get old, no longer with your controllers get old. That you're going to have this existing library that you can play regardless, day in, day in Game Pass. You know what I mean? So when the new Xbox come out or whatever the hell it is, what I took from that is going to be a scaled down version. It'll run best on your Xbox One, 2, or whatever it's going to be called, Xbox Infinity, and you know maybe 4K 60 and everything with better textures and stuff. Looks slightly less better on the X and looks slightly less better on the Xbox One S. You know what I mean? That's what I took from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I think that's what it's going to be.
you know, but Griggly said developers want forward compatibility. But here's the thing, because you come a point, and I understand what you're saying, Dirk. Shout out to my man Dirk. He's also a Patreon supporter. It comes a point. What about when developers make new engines? They go from Frostbite, 3.0 to Frostbite 4.0. You know what I mean? And they can no longer work on older hardware. You know, you gotta realize this: those consoles came out in 2013. We're now in 2018, 2019, 6 years. They are already so far behind the curve, right? And to say that maybe in next generation we're gonna get new engines, right? New generation, right? Each generation normally sometime, you get new engines, right? Now, what if those engines can't? Same the predicament that Nintendo finds itself in, where you can't get games like Madden or Star Wars Battlefront 2. So what are the developers to do then? You know, the same reason why they didn't put the last, start putting Call of Duties on, or what do you call it, Star Wars Battlefront on a 360 and a PS3 because those consoles can handle it. You know, that's the way I look. I look at it. You know what I mean? Like I said, maybe again, maybe I might just be the old guard at the gate. You know what I mean? I'm just normally when new consoles come out, that's it for the previous gen. I want all new shit. I want, I don't want my games held behind. You know what I mean? Look at it like this, right? You see, Rise of the Tomb Raider, very pretty game, right? Rise of the Tomb Raider, right? But that game was also on the 360. Of course, it looked better on the Xbox One, but that game still has to be made run parameter of a half a gig of RAM. Now, imagine they didn't have to worry about making the 360 version and how good that game could have been. Probably could have went into more crevices or whatever the case may be. You know, that's what I mean by that. Help line. I'm not just talking about a little prettier, a little shinier. I'm talking about a bigger world, being able to do more stuff within the world, better physics, because it still has to fit around the parameter of the base model, or whatever the hell it is. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. But I think we have to understand. Maybe you already went over it, but I just didn't quite hear. But if Microsoft does what you're saying, they're going to keep the OG Xbox One, the S, all those models, and keep kind of adding on the new console. Of course, will help run everything prettier, but not, have the best graphics exclusive wise because of the parameters they have to work with. What about the casual market? Like, for example, if the PS5 does what you're saying, what stops them from just, let's say, a newer consumer say, let's buy the cheap $150 Xbox family instead of going to buy the $400 PS5? What's your answer to that?
Wait, okay. Look, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, and I'm gonna look at that question. It's a good question. Oh, half being half empty. Oh, you said, all right, we'll buy the $150 version of the Xbox One S, right? Cool, yeah. I get it, right? But also, this is a business, right? We're a business. Microsoft just invested billions of dollars, right, in the R&D in developing this new console, right? What incentives? Here's the thing: what incentives are you giving the consumer to go out and buy this new console, right? Your goal is to still sell hardware, right? So again, we've seen with the X, right? The X is the more powerful console, right, by far on the market, right? And again, I thought power would be the answer because it's all that we talked about this generation of power. You're out already now with a $500 box, plays everything prettier than the competition, as far as the multiplex wise. But Microsoft's number one selling SKU is still the Xbox One S,
Yeah.
So again, we can see that just because it's prettier doesn't mean that the consumer's going to run and buy it.
Absolutely.
I guess it's going to come down to the games. The reason why, and again, I don't care for Nintendo, why their system is selling well, because people like their exclusive, software that you can't get anywhere else. Sony kind of rode the tail, the tails of, of the multiplayer thing at first. Cool. So plus, it was more powerful console, $100 cheaper. And again, they had great third-party marketing deals, theme console, the shit that gamers like, the geeks like, you know what I mean? And Microsoft didn't. They totally went away from that. They shot away. Phil said it's not healthy to keep things from other gamers. Like, shit was just wild. Shit was just crazy, right? But I'm gonna be honest. I just think that Microsoft again need to kind of mainstream things a little bit, and get back and thinking in a traditional console type. You know what I mean? Day and date, no good, because being honest with you, I'll go like this, right? You're taking all the value from your console, which is the Xbox, right? You still giving PC their exclusives. You still giving cell phone their exclusives. But every piece of software that comes on this box, we share day and date with everyone else. We pay for online. So it's like they take and they take and they take, and then when, you know what I mean, it's like, when is the breaking point? You know what I mean? You keep pushing me, you keep pushing me, you keep pushing me. You know what I mean? Sorry, you know, I want to feel a little special. You know what I mean? Maybe this is just me, but goddamn, everything, day and date. Nintendo gets to keep their shit. PlayStation still keep their shit. Everything on the Xbox, day and date the PC, right? They still get their own fucking dog shit exclusives. You know what I mean? All that shit. Get to play online for free. Nothing over here. Like, come on, man. God damn. What is enough is enough. Like, that shit doesn't bother you, Neth? Like, you just cool with all that?
No, I'm not cool with all that, and I've gone over how I think it's absolutely ridiculous. We don't even get exclusives, and the PC, the fucking PC, not only do they get free Xbox Live, but they get their own exclusives.
Yeah.
Now, no, I don't necessarily want Age of Empires and shit, but the fact that you're willing to invest into Age of Empires and all that, but not into an Xbox One exclusive, you know, the console that I'm paying the online for and everything, and clearly the bulk of your revenue come from, I'm not being treated as a special consumer whatsoever. I'm not special. No, I think that's fucking dumb. But at the end of the day, I don't think Microsoft cares about us. Like, I don't think they necessarily care about the hardcore fan base at all because, like you said, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. That's the way Microsoft is. They're way too fucking good at business. So at the end of the day, they just want as many devices out there as possible just to sell them more software because that's all they care about. They just want software sales because at the end of the day, that's the real money.
Okay, so I get it, and I understand it's a business thing. But how does it feel, real? As an Xbox guy, now you're more of an OG guy than me. You was playing on the OG way longer than me, right? But as an Xbox guy, how does that make you feel? As a traditional,
it makes me feel that I should invest into building a nice PC and get a PS4.
See,
that's how I feel. I feel I shouldn't necessarily invest into the new Xboxes, but instead just have a powerful PC. And going back to that question from earlier, maybe I'll go with the PS5 because I just realized I might just have a good PC, so fuck the next Xbox.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Okay, so going forward, do you see Microsoft turning it around? Now, they got 5 new studios, right? Rumored to be acquiring more. Do you think they're going to get that hunger back? Do you think that they can go out there and win over the gamers? You know, diehard guys like me that no longer just, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
I like how you phrase that. Diehard guys like me, because I could say they still have some of these hardcore people.
Yeah.
We can look at BGS but...
Yeah, them motherfuckers, they're zealous. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. I ain't lying.
I enjoy being on that show, but sometimes, you know, there's some interesting things said.
Yeah, I ain't lying.
The Kraken is evolving.
Yeah. What that shit Xbox said, we ain't no been taking pictures of it anyway. Like, that shit was wild. Listen,
why are you looking under there? It's dark.
Yeah, that shit was wild. But again, like, you know, there are a lot of people again that went from the PS3, went from the 360 to the PS4, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So for those that may have jumped ship, some people are not really that invested into the ecosystem, whatever the case. What can Microsoft to get the people that may have jumped ship and got the PlayStation 4 to come back over to the next Xbox?
Well, at the end of the day, you said their most successful generation, we can all agree, was the Xbox 360. So we just have to look at what made the 360 successful. Was it the games? Was it the marketing deals? Was it a combination of all those things like it actually was? And you just have to replicate that in some capacity in a good manner. Kind of like how Sony did with the PS4, but they put their own spin on it. Because at the end of the day, you have to have the games, you have to have the marketing deals, you have to make Xbox relevant. Like, I'm noticing the Xbox brand seems more and more less relevant as of late. It's because they're not marketing as much as they used to. They put all their games on PC, so a lot of these hardcore gamers like me and you, well, maybe not necessarily you, but hardcore gamers in general are thinking, look, if I invest into just making a PC, which I can do for $700, so what, $200 more than the new console, and I just have all my Xbox games I can play on Steam, and I can just buy like a PS4 or PS5 at that time on the cheaper end, like, you know, a year or two after it comes out, that's the approach they're going to go with. And at the end of the day, you could say, yes, the casual market completely outnumbers our hardcore, and I'm not denying that. Look at games like Fortnite being completely run by the casual market, but at the end of the day, it's the hardcore gamers that were the influencers for that casual market. It's like the streamers and everything. They're more or less hardcore gamers, and you need hardcore gamers at the forefront when releasing a new Xbox, when releasing a new ecosystem that's gaming in general. Like, That's what Sony got right with the PS4. They had the hardcore gamer in mind when they released that console. And look at the success of that fucking thing. It's more successful than the PS2, believe it or not. Like, that blows my mind that the PS4 is this successful. And they just did it in the right way. You honestly can't even hate on it. You can say smoke and mirrors and all that. But at the end of the day, Sony clearly won the generation. And it's not even close. They beat Xbox at least 2-1.
Yeah.
That's an embarrassment. You could say the 360 short. You could argue it won last generation, but they weren't beating the PS3 2-1. Hell, they were barely beating the PS3 if they did. I think the PS3 may have sold more at some point. I'm not even sure.
I don't
about
know.
that.
Yeah, Aaron said they came
It
back.
goes back and forth.
Whatever, it doesn't even matter. I know they sold more software and whatever. But here's the thing, and this. Fuck it. Here. Now, I want you to be honest, okay? All right, look at it like this, right? Now, what you're saying are some great things, right? But what I'm asking you, and what would you like to see Microsoft do?
What would I like to see Microsoft do?
Yeah,
like I said,
again, you know, for somebody like me, diehard, bled grave all these years, you know, because again, going into E3, people say, because that's when we gotta be honest, we got to get the biggest ever draw. We got to be honest, right? Going into E3, people said they wanted to see something new from Microsoft, and all we got again was Gears of War and Halo, and a goddamn Halo tech.
And at the best, they showed the recipe to getting that newer stuff to get you outside of Halo, Gears, and Forza. But unfortunately, you have to use your imagination for whatever the fuck those studios will do. Yeah, they might have the talent. Yeah, they might be great studios like Ninja Theory, but you don't know what they're about to make. And while I respect Ninja Theory, I think they will do great work. At the end of the day, I have to have only faith. I don't have anything I can look at. Sucker Punch, for example, on this E3, they showed you what their new IP is. Ghost of Tsushima, but whether you like it or not, at least you know what the fuck that is. Naughty Dog doing a sequel to one of the biggest new IPs of last generation, which was The Last of Us 2. You see what Sony is doing. We don't necessarily know what Microsoft is doing with these new studios. They just say we have them, but we don't know what they're going to do. And to get back you, Next Gen, and to get me back, let's ask you a quick question. I already know the answer, but I'm going to let the audience know. What made you an Xbox gamer? What was like, man, this is why I own the OG Xbox. This is why I got the 360. What was that game for you?
Okay, first of all, shout out to Carlos Crespin. He said the Xbox hasn't been the same since the Kinect. What made me an Xbox guy? A fan. Game. My favorite franchise from Microsoft was Fable. That was a little cheesy at the time before Gears. Fable. What made me an Xbox guy was Xbox Live. The fact that I could sit down and talk to. It wasn't one particular game. It was the fact that I can. Same thing with my shows. Like to run my mouth.
It was the experience in the games, more or less. Break it down.
The fact that I can sit and do that and I can do that.
And everything. You have to replicate all that shit. Sorry. You have to replicate all that shit and don't do it in the cheesy way like with the Kinect. You have to make that Xbox the premium experience. We always say Xbox Live is better, but prove that. Keep putting in new features, do all that, advertise for the fuck of it, and for the games. This is the key feature I think they're missing. You got to get your games right again. For example, you need Fable back. You need to show that Microsoft isn't abandoning the RPG crowd. Microsoft isn't abandoning the single-player focused crowd. You have to show that you care about the hardcore gamers, and like you, who was a fan of the Xbox brand, who spends a significant amount more money than any casual person, they have to get you back on board because, let's be honest, you're lost. We're with the PlayStation, if anything, so they have to win you back, or else if they can't win you back, how do they expect some casuals to come over? They really can't. You need the hardcore people. Like I said, that's what Sony did great, and that's what Microsoft needs to understand again. And with games like my favorite franchise, of course, is Halo. I'm glad 343 showed off that tech demo. I don't know what the gameplay is like, but at least they're making Halo look like Halo again. They need to bring back the familiar feel of what Xbox was, because the way they are now is just unrecognizable, honestly. Like, the way Halo looks nowadays is not what I grew up with Halo, and they have no Fable and Gears of War. At this point, like you predicted a few years back, Gears of War, I feel like it might be the face of Xbox right now. Like, really, Halo took the backseat. Forza's just Forza. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a cool racing game, but it's just a racing game. Let's be honest. And now you basically only have Gears of War and no new IP surrounding it. And speaking of new IP, the Initiative, which is apparently a big new studio, they need to make the next Halo or Gears as in quality. They need that new IP that can stand up with your Halo, Gears, or Forza, the next billion-dollar franchise. Because without that, as I said, as you say, these games, Halo, Gears, and Forza, they're facing franchise fatigue because that's the main thing you have. Yes, you have your records and shit like that, but they're really not holding a candle to those big boys. And at the end of the day, like Portrock also said, you can't have your bench warmers go out there and be with your starting lineup. You need to recruit that rookie that might become a starter eventually. And that's what the Initiative needs to do. They need to make that new big IP.
Okay, all right. Well, okay. New big IP. All right. So we're gonna say this generation is done.
Yes.
All right. So again, this generation is done. Somebody such as myself that spent about $3,000, right, on the platform, on hardware alone, just about $3,000. That's not including elite controllers or the games, collector's edition headsets. On consoles alone, about $3,000, right? I'm being honest with you. And this is what Microsoft needs to do, go back great, right? Okay? Because I've also said numerous times they no longer know what their core wants. You look at that show Inside Xbox, right? Now, when you put on a show, a presentation is to get new fans, right? You want to steal some of the guys from Nintendo or Sony, hey, come over to my platform, right? Or get you excited about the product. Who the fuck is that show for? Let's be honest. Who do you think Inside Xbox is for?
I'll be honest, like, it should be for the hardcore fan base, but it's almost like Major Nelson went to the board, right, with Phil Spencer or Mackie Barr, those type of people, and like, you know what, guys, I want to do something more. Can I have my own show? And they're like, all right, fuck it, you can have your own show. And that's basically all it is. It's the Major Nelson show. We don't know what the fuck it's for, but he looks like he's having fun, and I guess that's it. Like, other than that, there's literally no point of Inside Xbox. I have to be honest with you guys. It hasn't done shit for us.
Okay, you know, it's okay. My man said, next gen, how the fuck do you spend $3,000? I got two S's. Well, what's 800. I got two Xbox at the start of the generation. That's 1,000. That's 1,800. I got two Xbox One X's. That's another grand. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there you go. $3,000. Oh, no, and I got three S's. I got another one. My hand got one. So that's three.
Yeah, and then he also has a YouTube channel that he tried to influence, you know, for Xbox gamers. That's how I found your channel with BGST and all that.
Yeah.
So he is what I said, a hardcore influencer, and these are the type of people you need. The fact that even he, who's so hardcore and spent all this money, is waning on his allegiance to Xbox, is worrisome.
But okay.
That should not be a thing for your fan base.
But here's the thing, like I said, see, what do they have to do to get back? And again, that hunger. Like I listen, I always tell the story, and again, maybe I'm showing my age.
Hunger.
The hunger. Like I said, remember Steve Ballmer out there dancing around on stage, sweaty armpits. Peter Moore with the tattoos. You know what I mean? Doing the deals. You know. Again, maybe Sony has always had the most talent, right? I give them that when it comes to developing games. Only game I can really give Microsoft credit for that they developed from the ground up probably is the Forza series, right? Everything else they bought and they acquired. You know, they bought Halo with Bungie, cool. They bought Fable from Lionhead, cool. They even bought Gears from Epic, cool. But so in between the bricks, if you get your Gears, Forza, and the Halo, you had games like Ninja Gaiden and 99 Nights and Blue Dragon, Lost Odyssey. You know what I mean? And that's what made the 360 great, because they had all of these games, a plethora of games, right? To now, again, we just got Gears of Forza and Halo, which is cool, which is big for their for fans. People buy the Xbox for Gears of Forza and Halo. I get it, right? But you're looking across the street, bro. Check it out. You're looking at Uncharted 2. You're looking at The Last of Us 4. You're looking at this Spider-Man, which comes out in 2 months. Ghost of Tsushima is coming out next year. You know what I mean? I don't know about the verdict's out on Death Stranding. You know what I mean? But you're looking at all that shit there, and you're like, God damn, Sony can't miss. You know what I mean? You look at that God of War, Detroit Becoming, you're like, God damn, Sony can't miss. And you're looking again for the last 2.5 goddamn years. We had the weaker goddamn console for a minute, right? They had
Yeah.
to deal with the whole 1080p, 900p, fine, fuck it. And the same, listen, good for them. The same way they still got their teeth kicked in with the Wii U, you never sacrifice your specs of your console to include a peripheral that may or may not take on, right? That they didn't even fucking support. We gotta be honest with you. They sacrificed the specs of their console to include a peripheral, which is the Kinect, that they didn't even support, right? So it is what it is, right? Like I said, all of the damage that's been done to Microsoft has been self-inflicted. They've done it to themselves. Now, how do they, like again, how do they redo all that? Call me a fanboy, call me a zealot, but again, and they watch the shows, and it is what it is. But so again, I understand there are far more casuals out there, but I spend more money than any casual. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna buy all the games.
And you're also an influencer. Like, you influence, believe it or not, some casuals to even try an Xbox One. Like, all those messages you get, hey, next gen, I bought an Xbox because of you. Like, that's good to have. But ultimately, next gen, I have to answer your question with another question. That's what I normally do. So, at the beginning of the generation, whose side were you on? Who were you repping?
Xbox. I'm saying Xbox dude. Yeah.
You were the Xbox dude. You bled green. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, why did you bleed green? Why did you rep the Xbox One, even with
honestly,
all the backlash?
And honestly, truth, I believed in the power of the cloud. You know what I mean? Look, I'm an Xbox guy. Look, dude, like that was real shit. Like, you know what I mean?
And I know you were selling DX12.
Listen, look. Killer Instinct. Listen, I'm old here. Killer Instinct was my shit. You know what I mean? Killer Instinct. You know, I liked it. Rise of the Rome. I'm used to the, you know what it is. I'm used to the Equals and all my friends are there. Like the controller. You know what I mean? Sony, I just always had them for their exclusives, but everything on the Xbox, you know what I mean? And then this shit just started to fall apart, man. Shit just went to hell in a handbasket. You know what I mean? Yo, boy, this boy, I'm riding down the street with my $5,000 hoopies with four flats.
I know you're in your bag because you're wrong about the Joe Madden and shit like that, and the power of the cloud, and DX12 didn't do all that much for you. But ultimately, I think you also chose Xbox, not only because you were a fanboy, because you were, but you also liked what was coming out. Like, you had your Sunset Overdrive, your Forza, your Rise, you saw Quantum Break. You saw these games, and some of these were already out. So ultimately, you could say you had faith and you stayed an Xbox gamer because of games. Right?
Yeah, games. It's all about the games at the end of the day.
Yeah. And I know Sony wasn't releasing the most games at the time, but even they had some of their own games, like Bloodborne and all that. And yes, the Order 1886 sucked, but you knew Uncharted 4 was about to come right around the corner. Anyways, with that said, because Xbox at least had games through the roughest storms, they hardcore fan base was genuinely happy. It wasn't a bunch of people who were tricking themselves to be happy. People were generally happy with the Xbox brand. Even haters were like, look, I respect you because you have all these games, right? And it's when Xbox in 2017 abandoned just releasing games or releasing quality games is when everything fell apart. It's when even Project Scorpio, which is in my living room right now, even that can't save me because power isn't enough. It's a great factor, but you need the games to go along with it. That's why I'm glad they invest into 5 studios, and hopefully they'll make quality games. But ultimately, what led them downhill, what made them lose you as a consumer, was they didn't care as much about you. They stopped releasing as many games for you. What made Xbox, and what got people to buy the Xbox was the games at the end of the day. And they almost abandoned that front.
Not almost, they did. I mean, look at the last 2.5 years speaks to that. You know what I mean? The last 2.5 years.
Exactly.
And again, instead of
if you don't get a Halo, Gears, or Forza, you basically get nothing.
Yeah, but
that's not the answer.
But even the Halo, Gears, and Forza is not the answer. You need more than that.
Exactly.
Each generation, you need at least one brand new successful franchise. Sony has it with Horizon. Nintendo has it with Splatoon. They need at least one. Shout out, at least, because you need at least one new franchise to take the place of, you know what I mean, whatever. Because you get what you call, run into what you call franchise fatigue, and everyone you get teased because Gears or Forza and Halo. You know what I mean? That's like a Sony fan counting MLB The Show. You know you're gonna get that every year. You know what I mean? You know you're gonna get. You know what I mean? Even though the Motorsport series is different from the Horizon series, but you're gonna get a Forza every goddamn year, which is cool. And I'm not. It's the business. I'm not saying that you shouldn't make it because people love those games, but you need something else outside of that. But here's the thing. Here's the question, right? New studios they acquired, cool. History, like rumor has, Microsoft is really hands-on, and this, you know what I mean, as far as letting their developers creating, and controlling, more or less. That's why Destiny left. They wanted to do. Sorry, Bungie left. They wanted to do Destiny. Microsoft wanted to leave them on Halo. You know what I mean? Shit, look at what 343 Studios, as big as that fucking studio is, all they can churn out is fucking Halo, right? And you look at Naughty Dog again. The Naughty Dogs, they got Horizon. So they got, what do you call that shit? The Last of Us. They got Uncharted. You know what I mean? And I know they got 5 new different studios, right? But Jesus Christ, man, you got all the money in the goddamn world, right? If you don't have the talent, you can go out there and buy the goddamn talent. You know what I mean? This is not Microsoft's first time to the dance. This is their third, going on their 4th generation. You made a lot of mistakes wrong in the first generation. You corrected it in the 360 generation. How'd you just lose your way and your momentum in the 3rd generation? I don't understand it. They just forgot what to do. You know what I mean? Just got the shit slapped out, got punched in their mouth, got the teeth knocked out, and just called the cops. Man, fuck that. We come back and get next gen. Games everywhere. You know what I mean? They just forgot what the fuck to do. You know what I mean? And I mean, like I said, with this direction and because again, to me, I just look at it as they're just taking all of the value from the console and still going back to day and date on PC. Look, give you an example. What's Microsoft's biggest game to come out next year? Is what?
Gears of War 5.
And know what's alarming, right?
What?
You know what Ron Ferguson said? That Gears of War 5.
Built from the ground up on PC? Yeah.
You see? You got the biggest game to come from Sony next year is The Last of Us 2, right? That motherfucker ain't saying built from the ground up for PC. That bitch is built from the ground up for the PlayStation. You know what I mean? For the PlayStation. Mario, soccer ball, FIFA, 10, whatever that bullshit that Mario and Nintendo makes. That shit is built from the ground up for Nintendo. Xbox fans, we don't know what we're looking at. The Windows XP version, the Windows 95 version. We don't know what the fuck going on. You know what I mean? Like, this shit is crazy. You know, like, they just need to go back to doing what they were doing. You know what I mean? Being a traditional console and competing with them with that. Because, again, be honest with you, with the same mentality, and again, maybe this makes more sense, right? Before you become the master of many, become the master of one. They trying to put their hat in every goddamn arena. You know? Master this shit here first. Get this shit here together. Can we go back to getting some themed consoles? You know what I mean? I would get another X. I get a cool. You know what I mean? We like shit like that. You know, man. I got a fucking God of War fucking PlayStation 4 Pro. You know what I mean? Gamers like shit. Like, go back to getting some exclusive content on your platform. Fucking Fortnite. How did you let Sony steal that shit from you when it was on your platform for us? You know what I mean? When you see the whole world, that's what I'm talking about, them Microsoft being $1 too short and a day too late, right? When you see the whole world's on this fucking Fortnite craze, when they made the transition from PUBG to Fortnite, you supposed to went straight to Epic, say, look, boom, let me get some exclusive Fortnite content. Or bundle or something. Fucking ingenious. I've been nice with Microsoft for 3.5 years. Where's your goddamn Minecraft goddamn theme console? That's a no-brainer. When you think of Minecraft, you think of the goddamn 360. Where's your Minecraft theme console? When it should come out last year? I'm just saying, it's always with them. They are fucking motherfucker a day late and $1 too goddamn short. And I don't see that goddamn changing. I don't, man. Now we got a new boss in charge. What's his name? Matt Booty, right?
Yeah.
So what's Phil? So Phil's is the what? He's still the Xbox boss of this gaming. What's Phil's role?
Well, basically, they combine the Xbox boss with the Windows gaming. So Phil basically runs just all the gaming in general, where Matt B takes like that position that was under Donnie D back in the day. You know, we could say Phil kind of has Donnie D's job. Well, Matt B is the under Donnie D, and to say what Phil is now.
Okay. All right. Now, again, you gotta,
so basically, he just runs the first party shit.
Oh, who, Matt Booty?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, fine. Introduce the world of Matt. And you got Gamescom, because this is what I get from Microsoft, right? They conceded this generation, right? It's over, right? This generation has been conceded, right? It's a wrap. They just, but you can't just stop fighting now. You have to keep fighting. I understand that you got your teeth kicked in, you got the shit slapped out, they took your school lunch. I get that. But you got to keep fighting. You can't let this generation go by. All we're going to get is fucking Gears of War 5 next year. Then again, when your next console comes out in 2019 or 2020, motherfuckers going to be hesitant to buy your fucking platform. You got to still release, if they can, go out there and buy some shit. No brainer. We haven't had a fight night in how long? How many goddamn years? Go to EA. Here's a check. Give us goddamn Fight Night. Speaking of Joe Montana football, there's a loophole that they could have an exclusive football on the Xbox. Make a goddamn deal with 2K Sports to make a goddamn Joe Montana football. That's what I'm talking about. That's being the goddamn behemoth that you are. Sony has an exclusive goddamn... I don't like baseball, okay? Exclusive goddamn baseball, but that baseball sells fucking consoles. You know what I mean? Do a deal with fucking 2K make baseball if you don't have the developers to make it. They fucking made a baseball every goddamn year. Buy goddamn... You know what I mean? This is... To me, no-brainer shit. You know what I mean? If I'm just fucking... And the rumor has it now, Google's throwing their hat into the ring. You know, that's another... Oh, you say big behemoth? I know they're going to come in and probably acquire Ubisoft or somebody. They're going to come in that motherfucker swinging the hammer. You know what I mean? Like, it just... I don't know, man. You know,
but at the end of the day, let's say Microsoft did some of the things like Joe Montana and all that. How would you feel if they did all that? Great, but what if it all came to PC day and date?
Well, I don't think that's going to change. You know, they're filling those guys are PC guys, man. You see me talking about their PC more than any goddamn thing. You know what I mean?
And I think we also have to take into account for Phil. I think we can agree is more soft-hearted than his predecessors. He cares for the competition for whatever reason. Like Phil's out here and he wants to give Nintendo and Sony a fucking hug. It's weird. But at the end of the day, I think when we look at the more successful generation, the Xbox 360, we have to realize who was the CEO of Microsoft. It was Ballmer, correct? Yeah. Ballmer wanted you to go and fucking kill the competition. That was his motto. That's the Microsoft we know and fucking love. Maybe the whole media and everything, maybe they don't like that because they were too damn aggressive. But at the end of the day, he benefited us gamers. Where we have now my uncle, I'm just kidding, Satya Nadella, and what you want to know what he does, Z, when he first takes over? He has the whole board come, like all the heads, and he passes them out books, and these books have poems in them. Jesus. And he tells everyone to read this shit. Jesus. Because this is one soft-hearted motherfucker. This dude is all about the peace and bring everything everywhere. Look like the better company no matter what. Like, the real reason Microsoft doesn't do a lot of these marketing deals and get exclusive content is because they don't want to hold anything back from the competition, or else they will look like the bad guys. Microsoft never wants to look like the bad guys ever again.
That's the problem.
And that comes from Satya Nadella.
That's the problem, man. Hey, well, he need to go, man. Hey, listen, hey, Satya.
Exactly.
Go sit your ass down somewhere, bro. The business is a dog-eat-dog world. You know what I mean? It is, man. I just don't, you know what I mean?
The problem is, even though we say that, Microsoft stocks and everything are stronger than ever since he took over. Like,
I'm not negating that.
I know all this shit.
Okay, listen, their stocks are stronger.
Microsoft.
You're right.
Not Xbox.
Here's the thing, and this is the problem. This is what I'm talking about. And this is the problem with a lot of the Xbox guys, right? Yeah. And real shit, right? I understand that they're making money. Kudos, right? But they're making money, stocks being up. How is it helping their gaming division? Their gaming division is the laughing stock of the goddamn industry. It's been the meme this whole generation. So how do you the Xbox is the fucking Zoom player right now.
It is.
How do you turn that around?
At least the Zoom player tried with Ballmer and everything. Like, that motherfucker failed, but they have to change it.
They're the butt of everyone's jokes. My man Crap and losing his goddamn mind, dropping megatons. A megaton about to hit in a minute. Crap about to strike with a megaton in a goddamn minute. You know, God bless his heart. You know what I mean? This shit is crazy. And again, I sit back, I was like, God, this is the shit I done started here. What the fuck going on? You know what I mean? And shout out to all my dudes, man. They think like they can't. I know they got private chats about me. Fucking listen, I'm about to be on my bag. Hit the like button. I know you fucking niggas got private DMs about me, how I'm losing my mind, how they swear that I'm placating to the Sony crowd, fanboys and shit. You know what I mean? It's not about that with me. Listen, one thing about me on my dog shit platform, I've always, don't forget the entertainment. I've always told the same message. That has never changed. That has never changed. I've always been the same about the game. I like what I like. I play what I like, right? And I'm just looking across the street at my preferred platform, right? My preferred platform at the time. And look at what the competition is doing. Because this was talking when you got to get the biggest knife in the drawer and cut the bullshit out. Well, Phil had to fix the power narrative. And it's crazy. I give them concrete proof that the Phil had shit all to do with the Xbox One X. It was paid for in 2012 by Donnie goddamn D, all right? These Xbox X's and these Pros didn't happen by chance. These are billion-dollar goddamn companies. They just don't do something at the spur of a moment because, again, you have something called R&D, which takes years, okay? That was already planned to happen. They look at the cell phone market, why people go out and buy iPhones, the same goddamn phone, better everything. So, you know, how can we do this with the console market? Both Sony and Microsoft were going to do that regardless. Okay, boom. So stop with that thought to this. But then again, you look at another company. All right, this we call the bullshit, right? They don't want to believe that. Gave them proof. They still don't want to believe. D would argue me down to this day. No, that was paid for in 2012. Gave them articles. They got what was told to me. And this person that told this to me has no reason to lie. Same person that told me about the X and the Neos, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But look at it like this, right? Sony gave us the Pro, the Slim, and VR. Still did third-party support, still did fucking themed consoles, and supported the VR with software. There's no excuse for them 2.5 years what it's been. We're not talking about 6 months. We're talking about 2.5, 3. When was the last AAA goddamn game to release on the Xbox? Please don't say State of Decay.
That's a tough one. And besides racing games, you want to exclude those?
We get Forza every year.
Yeah, okay. So I guess Gears of War 4.
That came out when, 2016?
Yep, holiday.
We ain't getting the next one in 2019, right? So again, I said that to say this, right? We gotta be real. We gotta be honest, right? Well, they ain't have any money. We're talking about Microsoft. Sony started this goddamn generation with 2 foot to the grave. A spoiled bologna sandwich, some 2-day-old motherfucking mayonnaise that been left out in the sun, from fucking filled with E. coli. They fucked up out there, been selling builders and everything. Then snapped back on their ass, right? And that's what I give them credit for that shit, bro. I give them credit for that. You know what I mean? Why? Because they believed and they doubled down on themselves. You know what I mean? They believed and they doubled down on themselves. And again, for the decisions that whatever the case, like, that's neither here nor there. But I don't believe in just fucking giving them, they bought 5. This is what they're supposed to do. Why did it get so fucking bad to come to this? When Microsoft opened, this is what they're supposed to do. They've been in this fucking gaming industry for how many years now? Since 2000 and fucking console? Since 2001, they're in 20 fucking years. This is what they're supposed to do. You know, I'm not like, you gotta give them credit. They made a handicap controller. What? Why the fuck do I got to give them credit for a handicap controller? Listen, am I lying? I ain't gonna say no names. Somebody said you got to give the inside Xbox, you got to give at least a B+. Give them for the handicap controller, bruh. Let me speak to Teddy. You know how I feel about that shit, man. It ain't gonna be too messy. But listen, come on, man. Like, it's how much can a motherfucker take? Like, I'm out this motherfucker, like, just pulling my hair out, like, what the fuck, man? You know, you got my man King Wave out there sliding the motherfucking DMs. Same sex as him, he don't give a fuck. My man Wave done lost his goddamn mind. He's still in the Discord flirting. He's fucked up out here in the streets, man. But I'm just saying, though, shit, wow, man.
And I think it comes down to a lot of things you just said. At the end of the day, when you look at companies like Sony and Nintendo in particular, they need to double down and do everything they can for gaming, because for at least Nintendo, that's literally what keeps their lights on. They're only gaming. And Sony, their most successful division is fucking PlayStation and gaming in general. They double down on that shit because they need to. I'm not trying to make fun of them.
Oh, yeah.
And because they have to do that shit, it gives them that competing edge. And it's what makes them do so fucking well in the gaming industry. Where Microsoft, I feel like at the end of the day, they're always like, look, if Xbox fucks up, we're Microsoft. We're going to be fine anyways.
Mm-hmm.
They don't look at gaming seriously enough. And I know Signing Nadella is like, wow, gaming's a lot more important than I thought they were. Let me promote Phil.
Hey, listen, the gaming industry is more than the movie industry and the music industry right now.
Yeah, it's a day late, a dollar short?
Yeah.
Like, all the shit they're doing now, they should have done years ago.
Yeah.
It is what it is. The reason Sony and Nintendo are so far ahead is because they treated this shit seriously from day one. Microsoft, they were not serious enough, and you can see what happened.
All right. Now listen here, fuck nigga. I need the truth from here before we get the hell up out of here, right?
Okay.
Going forward, 20. We're gonna say when you say the generation is starting what? 20 what?
I keep saying 2020 holiday.
Okay, 2019 new PlayStation 5. Are you buying it?
Knowing I'll probably have a PC by then yeah, I guess I could get PS5.
All right. So 2019. Okay. So what if you fall in love with the PlayStation ecosystem, right? And then when the next Xbox comes, even though the Halo did, will you still get the Xbox or no?
Well, at the end of the day, like I said, I have a PC, so the Xbox is seeming more and more pointless, honestly.
What about your multiplats? What about playing with your friends? Fuck all that.
I mean, that would be a shame, but at the end of the day, I guess they're gonna even have to buy a PS4 and I'm making some new friends because I could easily get invested into the PC and PlayStation lifestyle. That's very probable.
Yeah. My man Johnny Well. Hey Johnny Well, I'm gonna bring your wet ass in the chat, man, on the stream. He be talking all that pro. You tell these motherfuckers Dukes that has it somewhere in Texas somewhere with the Mountain Dew and Doritos. He says, PlayStation is a second-rate console. It's not 4K. It's a 1440p machine. The multiplayer online is horrible. They have no services. Damn, my God. They have no services, and you can't even change your net gamer tag. Boy, you got you with that. I mean, come on, it's 2018. Now, we're gonna take this point by point. He says it's a second-rate console with better exclusives, okay? 40K. All right, cool. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can really care the difference between native 4K and upscale 4K. I've always said the same thing about 1080p. So I'm not wavering in my eyes at my age. I can't tell the difference between a native 1080p or a upscale thing, but we can tell the difference with better graphics. Okay. Now the multiplayer online, I'm not gonna say Xbox Live is a little better in my opinion, but just saying it's comparable. It's not like Nintendo Switches or something. It's comparable. You know what I mean? But so they have no services. Now, what the fuck do you mean by that? What do you mean they have no services? I don't understand. You gotta elaborate on that. What do you mean they have no? But they do have PlayStation Now. They're gonna soon allow you to download the games. You know, they're a little late with that. But what do you mean by that, Johnny Wellman? Now, Sony, I think Sony's did wrong for the crossplay. You know how I feel about that.
You know how? Yeah, everyone know how I feel about that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I know how I feel about the crossplay. I think it's listen. To be fair, I'm with anyone and anything moving gaming forward. You know what I mean. And I think Sony's wrong for that. You know what I mean. You know, it is what it is. I have no issues on PSN to speak to. I've had some issues on PSN. My PlayStation wouldn't do the update. I remember me talking. I was bugging out. I had to format. I couldn't get the new update. I couldn't play my God of War and that shit. I was bugging the fuck out. You know what I mean? I'm a little hesitant with going all digital with my PlayStation. I don't care about going all digital with my Xbox, but I would never go all digital with my PlayStation. No, hell no. No, I can't do that.
But at the end of the day, like if you have a beefy enough PC, you might do a lot of the single player multiplats on that, and I would probably occasionally play with my friends on the PlayStation platform. So that's why it's not that big of an issue to me.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just hold on, yeah, oh man. If you want to. You want. I ain't know. I don't be seeing. I don't be seeing what motherfuckers be DMing me and shit. Kid Smooth gonna come on the multiplayer podcast Thursday. All right, Kid Smooth. Kid Smooth is coming on the multiplayer podcast Thursday. We're gonna roast his fuck ass. We gonna get this work. He said every time you have one of these so-called Xbox fans on debate, they always weak as shit. I'm not even debating people who can't put their argument. Hey, listen, hey Johnny Wellman, do you have a fuck this? Hit the like button. Hey Wellman, do you got a okay mic? No happen. You got. I ain't gonna happen to yourself. I will send your ass a link right now. Bring your ass in here, Wellman. He be in the comment section 58 week talking that bullshit. Bring your ass in here, Wellman. You got a mic? Was if you don't have a mic, as soon as you get a decent mic, you gonna come in. I'm gonna. If Fonz wanna come in, yeah. Boy. Did you beat God of War yet? Let's see what Wellman gonna say.
God of War, that game is fucking phenomenal. Like, I don't even know how many hours of God of War, but let's just say, I'm gonna make up hours. Let's say I got 25 hours off God of War, and let's say I got 50 hours out of Sea of Thieves. Even though I got half as much in God of War in this scenario, I significantly enjoyed God of War more than I did Sea of Thieves at all, because at the end of the day, it's your experience that matters. Not the amount of hours, but rather the experience.
And Kid Epic. Yeah, say Kid Epic, yeah. But I'm waiting for Johnny Wellman. Cat must got his tongue. Kruger must have got his tongue. Think about 90 cats. Where you at, Wellman? Bring your ass in here. Catman.
And to enter the chat, no, I have not beat those fucking Valkyries. I was not ready for that shit.
Oh, so did you beat the game yet? I'm sorry, you beat the game?
I beat the game. I just did not beat those Valkyries.
I didn't fight the Valkyries either.
God, those things fuck you up.
I didn't beat the Valkyrie yet either. I said I was gonna go back and take them one on one, but I beat the story. It doesn't add to the story. Had it added to the story more, I mean, whatever. You know, another ending. I didn't beat him either.
By the way, Sony needs to hurry the fuck up and announce a Spider-Man Pro bundle or whatever, because I'm selling my PS4 temporarily just so I can buy the fucking Spider-Man Pro already.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm waiting for.
No, oh yeah.
And even that, like their not first party game, but their exclusive game, Spider-Man, is getting me to invest into a second PS4.
Yeah.
Only hardcore gamers and shit will do that, but that's the type of moves you have to make. And I feel like Xbox really doesn't do enough of those.
I'm still waiting for this fuck nigga to respond. He probably gonna hop on. He probably hop on the CB4 radio in his rig or something. Before we go, let me ask you this last question before we get the hell up out of here. Do you expect any surprises from Microsoft in the remainder of this generation? Do you expect anything from
them? Anything that hasn't leaked or anything?
Like anything that you know what I mean? Anything, you know what I mean? You know, how much is the Xbox One S? That's what, 200.
200.
Probably dropped down to 150 around Black Fridays or whatever. But do you expect anything major from them? Like, you know, a surprise AAA title?
Do you mean coming out this year or just announce something?
No, not this year. I'm talking about this generation. Just say it's whatever. Anything else? At most we got 2 years left in the generation. Already, it seems crazy saying that, right? But at most we got maybe 2 years left. Do you expect anything else from them besides Gears of War 5?
I think you honestly might receive that new Fable. Like, I generally think about Playground Games, that's a lot of work done on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you will see it fairly soon. Maybe in the next, not 2019, but maybe 2020.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, I mean, I guess that will be a surprise.
And no, I don't mean like a fucking card game. I mean a legit Fable.
Right.
Remember, Crap said, like, I predicted Fable, and it was a fucking card game. I was like, God damn it, Crap.
Yeah. He said Battletoads will be a Cuphead. Cool. I mean, Battletoads is cool, but we've been asking him that for like 3 years ago, man. They should have been on that.
Who cares about that shit anymore?
Yeah.
That was like relevant 2015.
Yeah, they dropped the ball with that one. And I hope, I mean, I don't mind. I hope it just will be like, I don't mind it not being a $60 title, but I hope it's developed well with graphics and not some cheesy stuff.
It'll be like a $20 title, and it's gonna be 2.
Hope it looks as good. Listen, I hope it looks as good as Ori, and it has online multiplayer co-op.
I can see that.
But anyway, like I said, before we get the hell up out of here,
Blind Force is a cool game.
Yeah, it is. You know what I mean? Before we get the hell up out of here, does anybody want to ask any questions? And like Neth, thank you for taking the hot seat. You know what I mean? Next generation,
Anytime.
He's still an Xbox fan. He said he has too much money invested into the ecosystem. Xbox Master Race. My man John Wellman said Xbox Master Race, and he rooted for Trump. Fuck niggas. Do something about it. He gonna make the Xbox and America great again. You know what I mean? But again, before I get a body, I don't see no questions. I don't see any questions.
What is my favorite game this generation?
Ooh, wait, ask you that? Who asked you that?
You know what? It honestly might be God of War, because damn, God of War is fucking great. But the game I played the most was probably Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh, well, okay. My favorite game of this generation. I'm gonna say, I don't know. I'm gonna sound like I played this. It's hard. I played Gears more than any game I played this generation. Okay, but what game I enjoyed the most? I enjoyed Gears, but what game pulled at the nigga heartstrings was Beyond? I mean, was that Detroit Become Human? And that's
more than God of War.
Yeah. You don't have it, Neth? You don't have it?
I keep saying I don't want to try it because it looks like a Telltale game.
Bro,
like,
that's the same, bro. That's the same
shit
I thought. Man, you get invested into those characters like a motherfucker trying to keep them alive. And I don't even like Telltale games, bro. Detroit Become Human is a very good game. You know, very good game.
Yeah, I might have to give that a try.
My man Moss said, y'all both sound like some fuck niggas. Those are some soft noodle choices. This nigga here, man. Why don't you like Halo next gen? Bitch, I don't know. Why don't I like Halo? Alright, the truth. I'm gonna be honest, right? It used to give me motion sickness. Halo. Like I wasn't big on what do you call it either? GoldenEye. You know what I mean? I don't like or Doom or Quake. It's too much fast spinning around. But then my favorite first person shooter play was Rainbow Six Vegas. I played that. That was the most played shooter that I played last generation. And my most Rainbow Six Vegas 2, my most proudest achievement was getting 1,000 kills. They gave you achievement for getting 1,000 kills online. I unlocked that like in a month and a half. I was playing that shit heavily. I just got burnt out with shooters, man. You know, I just don't like. You know, I don't know. I'm just not a Halo guy. I'm always preferred Gears over Halo. This is my opinion. You know what I mean? You know, not knocking those that like it. I understand that sounds kind of sacrilegious saying that an Xbox guy not like Halo. But yeah, mine was Fable. I got caught up in Fable. That was my favorite game. And Jade Empire, Fable, National Republic. You know what I mean? And Xbox Live, like that's what did it to me. For me, you know what I mean? Yeah, go fuck me up too. Yeah, he said yeah. See what I'm talking about? Just give me emotions. Yeah, man. We got here. No, the bros are you tripping Halo better than Gears? Nah, hell no, bro. Anyone? I like the Yakuza too. Yakuza cool. You know, here's what I'm gonna ask because everyone got on me about Yakuza. I'm gonna go back to streaming and playing too. Your boy just been sick, man. I'm buying me a monitor tomorrow, so it'll be easy. I ain't gotta play through OBS and I ain't gotta deal with that input lags. That's why I haven't been streaming as much. You know what I mean? I'm going back to it. As soon as my monitor get here, I'm gonna order it tomorrow. As soon as I get here, and right back to streaming. Yakuza. My only issue with Yakuza is that I wish Sega, and I like the fight scenes and stuff, all epic. You know, slam someone head into a cage and all that shit. But I wish they wasted more money into the production and made it in English, and you got to do all that dumbass reading and paying attention to the story. You know, if you got to constantly looking at the screen to see what the fuck going on, and you can hear it. If someone call, you can still hear what's going on. They should have gave it English speaking. You know
English dub, because like that game had really in-depth cutscenes. I can see that shit lasts forever. So
yeah, I would rather just sit back and watch it like a movie. Have to read the shit. You know what I mean? So that's my only gripe about the game. You know what I mean? That, you know, for it to be a bigger success. The last one sold more than 6 sold really, really well for them. The most successful in the franchise. But they should, you know, invest more money into it and give it English acting actors or whatever country or region that you live in, you know, especially here in America. That's my only gripe with it, you know what I mean? But what I'm playing thus far was pretty cool. I'm gonna say I'm pretty far. I did like the first couple levels. I went down to the sewers in Yakuza 6 and helped some guy that was hiding out in the sewers, and I had to go back up, and you know what I mean? It's cool. Yeah. All right, but I guess those are all the questions. The last of us online tonight. We can make it happen. Can't wait. Neth, do Arabs feel about lack of your race represented? Okay. At Neth, how do you Arabs feel about the lack of your race represented in video games? That's a good question. How do you feel about that, Neth? They're not seeing any Indian people.
Indian, lack of representation game.
Well, you had Dow Simmons Street Fighter though, fuck nigga. But besides that,
yeah, about to say I had one of the greatest fighters out there. Yeah. No, to be honest with you, I literally have never cared who I played as in a video game. Like this whole thing about like I'm mad that there's a female lead. I'm mad that there's a person of color as a lead character. I think all that shit is the dumbest shit in the world. Even the whole Battlefield 5 controversy that there's women in the game. Get over it. There's women in the game. It doesn't matter that much. Battlefield was never necessarily known for his historical accuracy in its stories. It's all about the environment, the guns, and stuff like that. That's what made Battlefield realistic. Not the stories they told, but rather the scenarios you were in. The gameplay felt immersive. That's what makes Battlefield. Yeah. And as I said, it doesn't matter who you play as. Gameplay and storytelling is what matters.
Okay. All right.
And even shit like I'm into Halo. People blame Halo 5 on Agent Locke. It was not Agent Locke's fault. The game sucked. The game just sucked because the writing was terrible. Agent Locke, along with Master Chief and everybody else, were written terribly. It wasn't Agent Locke, the guy who wrote Halo 5, fucking sucked at his job.
Possibly says, Nephew, buying the next Xbox or you going PC instead?
I'm probably going PC because I'm gonna try to build a PC this holiday because I have a bet.
Hey, Nev, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You go PC next gen, bro. I ain't fucking with you, bro. You getting kicked under bullets, man. You gonna be in under parties like this rap, man. You in that Garrett shit.
Well, I just can't
get with the mouse and keyboard shit, man. I ain't knocking those that do PC gaming. I just like to sit down on my ass. You know, I told you, bro. I fuck nigga. I put
but
the
at the end of the day, I have an Xbox One X. Yeah, but I have the X, so I'm still there anyways.
Still, bro, you need the new Xbox, bro. I just like new consoles. Look, I'm just old school. I like just owning new consoles. I didn't get the Switch because I can't get with that shit, man.
Yeah, but that's what sending me way too many L's.
Yeah, I like the simplicity of consoles. I'm not knocking those that like to play on PC. I like to sit on my ass, just plug and play, and what's up, fam? You know what I mean? Hey, yo, hey, that's why you got them low ass fingers now, Moss, from PC Master Race. I can't get with that mouse and keyboard shit. No. I know, but you can use controllers on PC. But here, my reflex is already slow as hell, and I'm at a huge disadvantage. I tried playing Battlefield. What's that 3 on PC with a controller? Shit, me.
No, I'm about to say you would die.
I did die.
Like
it was pretty as hell.
Any shooter and you're using a controller, you're dead.
Oh yeah, I just can't. I can't. Yeah, I get that. I mean, shit. But no. But anyway, like I said, man, thank you all. If you guys enjoyed the last minute show, I was trying to get you guys a Beastfire. But people had work, and you know it is what it is. But I'll be back tomorrow with some more fuller video and a show and whatever else. Thursday, Kid Smooth will be there for the multiplayer. Just inbox me now and said he wants to come on. I guess he has to get something off his chest, or whatever it is.
And shit, no, we have our Twitch show tomorrow, right?
Oh shit, tomorrow's Wednesday.
No, tomorrow's Tuesday. Never mind.
Oh yeah, we do the Expand Your Mom. We're back at it this Wednesday on Twitch. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But thank you all for rocking out with us. We out of here, man. Bacon. Wait, you said what? Asking what? Asking how big gaming is in the, or how big is gaming in the Arabic community? I mean, gaming is big all over the world, bro. It's all big all over the world. It ain't just the Japanese, America, North America. You know what I mean? Gaming is big everywhere. Well, yeah, we out of here though, man. Thank you all. You didn't play on PC back in the day? Nah, I've always been a console dude. I'm from the projects, man. Shit, I ain't no fucking grew up in the suburbs. PC was for dudes in the suburbs. I grew up on NES, Sega, the Genesis. I had a Neo Geo though. That was the epitome of gold chain gaming. My dad bought me a Neo Geo.
You want to know a funny story?
What's up?
My first console, believe it or not, was a fucking NES with the keyboard and everything.
An NES with a keyboard?
Yeah, in India, they fucking sold NESs like on the street and shit for years. Like, let's see, I was born in 1997, and they were still selling.
I'm old enough to be your daddy, Neth. Goddamn, 97.
97, yeah.
Damn. Man, that was some bootleg NESs or something.
I don't know. They worked fine. They came with the keyboard and shit. I had Duck Hunt, Mario, all those shits.
Damn, with a keyboard, yeah.
Yeah,
that shit they never make a stateside. Yeah, but nah, I ain't playing on PC, bro. That was some suburbia. I grew up in the projects, man. You know what I mean? No goddamn PC. NES, Sega Saturn, Sega, Atari Jaguar. I had about everything growing up, man. I was spoiled as hell with the projects. I had everything but the 3DO. But I had all that shit though.
I played the shit out of fucking Super Mario Bros.
That
was my game.
On PlayStation. Can't find you on PlayStation? Can't find me? My gamer tag is Zaire. Paul Atari. Yeah, I don't know if that's what you're asking me. My gamer tag is Zaire. It's Zaire. This is my game. My gamer tag is Zaire on everything. Let me make sure. Hold on, I'm gonna show you my gamer tag right now. Hold on. I think my shit is Zaire. Hold on, just playing PlayStation. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure. Hold on, make sure. My shit is Zaire. Hold up. Sign in. I'm not a robot. Sign in. All right. Did it give you like a link, like on Xbox? I'll put the link in the chat. PS3. Hold on, I got my game tech. It's Zaire NXTGEN. Look at my profile right here. There you go. I got the profile. There you go. That's my profile. Yeah, that's my profile for the PlayStation. There you go. I keep getting these friend requests on Xboxes. Yeah, my gamer tag is Zaire on everything. They said Zaire NXTGEN, but yeah, there you go. Yeah, but anyway, like I said, thank you for rocking out with us today. Next Gen, I grew up in a neighborhood with a ton of immigrant kids. None of our parents got us come, so we were forced to game on PC. Well, I can dig it, man. Immigrants, I won't even say, I grew up with Puerto Ricans, projects. That's it.
You know, I always grew up being like a console generation or two behind. Like, let's say I was around when the PS2 and Xbox launched, like the OG Xbox. And when those launched, my parents got me the Nintendo 64.
Oh, damn.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
And I also had a PS1.
Nah, yeah, and Guerrilla Legends, I ain't never played no Smite before, but I'll check it out, though. All right, but yeah, I see you capping shit. I see the shit popping up on my computer. You sent me a friend request. I accepted. I gotta plug my Xbox up. My shit over here. I ain't even got it plugged up. It's over here. But anyway, like I said, man, thank you all for rocking out today. Last, we'll probably back tomorrow. I'm gonna do a video and with some other shit. We out here.